Hello there. Well, today I'm going to be sharing with all those enthusiasts who are interested in understanding how to be a successful public speaker. Hi there, I am Pavan Kukreja, and I bring to the table some basic fundamentals for you to understand how one should present oneself as a public speaker. So, what does one share with one's audience is most important is be yourself. Your personality will shine through the minute you are on the stage, at the podium, talking to your people. You know, there's a certain vibe and energy of enthusiasm that emanates automatically. We all have an energy level that we work with, whether it's as a student, as a corporate employee, as a business owner. What kind of energy do you bring to the table is important for you to start understanding. Whether it's a positive, whether it's an enthusiastic, whether it is something that gets others charged up. You're a catalyst that comes in the morning and you kind of spread this beautiful sunshine around you. Now that might sound a little bit too much, but you get the whiff. What I'm trying to say is what you share will automatically emanate across, whether it's in a conference room, whether it's a team huddle moment in the morning. So what you bring to the table are three basic things. I always recommend when I'm asked this question, Ma'am Pavan, what is it we need to understand so that we immediately attract the attention of our audience? Just be yourself. Most important thing is just be yourself. Be your true self. And bring the enthusiasm. Bring the creative mind. And of course, very importantly speaking, your powerful voice. That comes from practice. Breathe from your abdomen, because the deeper you breathe, the stronger the voice is sent across to the person listening to you. And a powerful voice is one simple but secretive success I emphasize on, whether you have a baritone, whether you have a nasal tone, whether you have a throaty tone. Work on it and try to make it something that people will identify you with. That is also one little strategy. Doesn't matter what kind of voice you've been blessed with, but work on presenting it in such a manner that people identify you with that way of talking, speaking, addressing, okay? So now enthusiasm, a sense of energetic vibe, clarity, these are just the basics, just the basics. What you need to do is, how do you differentiate yourself? I mean, you are offering a service, public service through your public speaking. It could be a business, it could be a non-profitable organization, it could be a moment where you're offering pro bono service to schools, to various establishments that have invited you to share your thoughts on how a good leader or a good public speaker will relate to the audience, whichever the scenario may be. But a couple of things that I always wanted to share was that, and I repeat myself here, be yourself, number one, no doubt about it. Be yourself. But by being yourself, how uniquely are you sharing yourself? Your story should be a unique story with elements that are about you, your journey, your experiences, not something you have read somewhere. I mean, of course, we can quote examples to illustrate people who've been there successfully, and sometimes that relates very well and people tend to understand better. But your unique trait that comes across will be the stories from your journey, which you would like to share with the audience. That is a unique element. Be very sincere. Be very sincere. Be sincere in the sense that be invested in your audience. When you are at the podium or on the stage or anywhere in a group of people, be very invested. And how is one invested? Listening. By listening, taking out that energy, the time, the sincerity, the honesty to listen to what the other people have to say or what the other person has to share. That builds a trust factor. So try to relate to your audience by being sincere. And while you're on the stage or at the podium sharing yourself, obviously you cannot be listening, but you can gauge your audience. Your body language becomes the listener at that point, whether you're sharing with them empathy, pathos. It should express in your face, in your actions, how you present yourself. Language comes in many forms, through speech, body language, facial expression. So how are you connecting with the audience? Be honest about it. That is a win-win situation right away when the audience senses that deep down emotion that is showing on your face genuinely and honestly based on the topic that you're going to be discussing. You could be discussing a topic about teenagers, Gen Zs. You could be discussing a topic about drunk driving situations where there are organizations that mothers who have spoken on this subject beautifully, discouraging teenagers from drinking and driving. There's a very big association, mothers, something about drunk driving or something, I forget. But yes, it is pertaining to sharing the children they have lost because of a drunk driver, or maybe a drunk teenager behind the wheels has crashed into a car and someone's life was lost because of his action of being irresponsible. You see? So it depends on the topic you pick up. Or you could be talking about education. You could be talking about studying abroad. You could be talking about geopolitical issues right now and students having to face that while they're studying away from their homeland. So it all is based on the situation, the enthusiasm you bring to the table, the curiosity you share with them. Once again, when I say curiosity, share with them what's important, how important it is to be curious about certain things in terms of asking the right questions. No question is ever wrong. No question is ever wrong. Be very open about that. Worst case scenario, the answer will be, I don't know. Or no, that's not the case. Or that could be another perspective you bring to the table. Or that is not relevant for this particular meeting today. We will definitely discuss it in our next meeting. I mean, people are open to sharing what they feel, okay? But you should be ready to ask with a curious mind. A curious mind will open doors, unbelievable doors for you, provided you overcome that intimidating mindset, okay? So a good public speaker, a good leader will keep all those things in mind. Yeah, these are things I wished and have been wanting to share in one of my clips. So today I'm bringing this forth for all of you to understand that it's okay to ask questions. Now, be a unique self, like I said earlier. What do you mean by unique? Your personality, your way of talking, your dressing sense, your identity through your the timbre of your voice, the way you express, the way you dramatically share your body language on stage. That's being unique, okay? That is just being unique. You could have a good sense of humor. You could have a very stone-faced, poker face style of talking, but yet you convey your message very well through your facial expressions, poker face. And at the same time, you could be talking in a very humorous, smiling way, or what you talk, what you say, people can literally feel from your manner or the way you express or you quote or you share a story. Storytelling. In storytelling, there are so many peaks, valleys, and the ways of sharing your tone, your enunciation, pronunciation. That itself is a part of a unique personality. So what you are, who you are, work on that and practice and see which personality is you per se, and bring that forth to the audience, okay? And another thing here, let me just check my list here. The last one important thing is, when you are out there sharing the topic that you are going to be with your audience, gauge your audience, young, old, teenagers, general crowd. Important to gauge your audience. You could be talking to hardcore labor union. You're going to have to make sure that what you're saying or what you're planning to propose or address, they can relate to. And most importantly, bottom line, they believe what you are sharing with them. You have to be very responsible with this emotion. You have to believe in what you're saying, in your tone, in your manner of sharing the subject, the points, the situation with your audience is a vibration that cannot be mistaken. People will walk away from the auditorium if they don't feel that connect. Oh, she's just reading out from a handwritten, or should I say these days, Chat GPT, any AI tool. There has to be realism. There has to be that connectivity. So believe in what you're sharing with them, because you are relating to their pain. You are relating to their need. You're there to address something that will help them, assist them to think further beyond a deadlock, a dead end. If it's the union workers group that you are addressing at a meeting or in a conference, or if it's talking about the global union-related, say, pay, salary, certain work-related issues that need to be addressed. So depending on that and depending on the topic as well as the audience, be honest, bring that belief, interact with them with 100% honesty, empathize. The pathos is well recognized through the vibration of your voice, of how you're sharing their pain with them, or how you're addressing that pain. You may have not been in a situation where you are pained, but you are being sympathetic, empathetic with them. So as a leader, as a public speaker, apart from who you are, your true self, enthusiasm is extremely important. Of course, the eye contact is, there's no question about that. And the powerful voice, like I said initially, you have to work on it. Whatever type of voice you have, it's part of your personality. Be happy with it. Build upon it, okay? So having said that, if you have never subscribed to my channel before, and if I bring value to the table, do take out the time to subscribe, like, and share. And until our next vlog, have a wonderful day. Goodbye.